It's nothing that compared to like actually writing code that solves a real world problem and get pushed to a real repository.
It's really given me a good taste of what it would be like to be a full-time software developer.
If I could get my code merged into that, it would be awesome.
Learned so much about open source best practices.
It got merged and that felt great.
I really love the community and I love this feeling.
With some research and some help from other fellows, I always overcome those challenges.
And also I enjoyed my pod standards.
It's not something you get basic experience in a country like mine, so it's been really interesting.
I'm proud of just being able to contribute to this huge piece of software, even in small ways so far.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the Spring 2023 graduation. Thank you so much for joining me at the end of your adventure with us over the past 12 weeks. My name is Will, I am the program manager here at the MLH Fellowship, and I've been making sure that you have all had a fantastic experience over the last 12 weeks. Today we're going to be looking at all sorts of incredible things. We're going to learn a little bit more about what the fellowship is for those of you who have just joined and you have no idea what's going on. We're going to look a little bit into the different programs that we have, what we just did during the spring, and hear from some of our fellows, pod leaders, and our partners on their experiences during the program. Now you're probably wondering, what is the MLH Fellowship? That is a great question. The Fellowship is a 12-week program, a kind of internship alternative, you could say, where people get the opportunity to get some practical skills building contributions to real open source projects all over the world. So really, really cool things to do there, and some really impressive contributions from all of our fellows. Now, I think we should go and hear from some of our fellows on some of the cool things they've done, what sort of things you can hear from. We're going to hear from 4 of them, in fact. We're going to hear from Gabby, who was working with G Research on the Alerter project. We're going to be hearing from Ben, who had been contributing to the Jupyter Lab project with RBC. We're going to be hearing from Rachel, who was contributing to the Program Equity project with GitHub. And lastly, we're going to hear from Sydney, who has contributed to our SRE program that we've been running this quarter. So if you're interested in that, you should totally check it out. We'll have more information on that towards the end. But let's hear a little bit from the fellows themselves, what they've been up to over the last 12 weeks. Let's hear from them.
I joined right at the start of my fall semester for third year comp sci, so it kind of went nicely hand in hand with my studies and also me wanting to do a part-time internship.
I worked in the environmental nonprofit industry for 8 years.
I was just in school taking courses.
Focusing on my studies, but I was also looking for an experience to kind of transition myself into professional software.
Last year, actually back in October, I attended an MLH hackathon, Tech Together Boston. It was my first hackathon ever, and it was a really amazing experience.
From my friend, he was doing the MLH Fellowship in the summer, and I think he was working with Solana Lab.
And I was really intrigued, and so I learned more about it.
I actually found it through a friend.
A couple of places. I kept hearing it, so I guess that was kind of a sign for me that I should apply.
And so I was just curious, and I was talking to him, and I asked him how the program was, if he enjoyed it or not.
I have a few friends that have done it or are still doing MLH Fellowship.
Even watched, I think, Amanda's the video that she does every couple of months where she goes over the MLH Fellowship program and, how to apply, how to make your application really solid.
Just seemed like the perfect next step for me in my journey into tech, so I decided to apply.
Oh, I was like very excited.
I was really excited. I was actually super nervous.
I felt really elated, honestly, when I got that email.
Oh my, I can't even start to explain how I felt.
Especially since this is the second time that I applied.
As someone who's coming from a non-traditional educational background.
I was excited, I was curious, I was scared, but it was mostly excitement.
Notification from my Gmail. It was like, you got accepted. And my mom was there and we were just like hugging, and it was awesome.
I was definitely super excited. I was really excited to have the opportunity.
MLH Fellowship just seemed such the perfect opportunity to continue towards my goal of becoming a software engineer.
There's definitely a lot of flexibility and kind of initiative that you have to take during that.
It's definitely a new experience for me in terms of just having meetings and just sharing what you're working on every week.
Being new to open source projects, in particular, figuring out optimizing communication.
Also, like getting used to the code base.
And the maintainers are in different time zones across the world, so it was really valuable to learn how to effectively communicate. I really enjoyed exploring the existing code base for the project I was matched with.
Spending time with my pod mates.
It's especially cool that I'm like able to meet friends like from around the world and people that are interested in similar things or slightly different things, but all just people that love technology.
A moment where I was like, wow, I really love like the community and I love this feeling.
It really felt like, solving a mystery when I explored the code base to find out, how the project was structured, or figuring out a best way to apply a new feature I was creating. So I found that I really enjoyed that process because I'd never worked on a large project before that already had an existing code base, so that was really cool. I am much more capable than I thought I was.
You don't have to be so perfect all the time.
It's really given me a good taste of what it would be like to be a full-time software developer / engineer.
As someone coming from a non-traditional educational background, it's really easy to have imposter syndrome.
You don't have to know everything.
Have helped me to be more confident in that, and so I hope to be able to apply those skills once I get a full-time job or a full-time internship for sure. So
I was really scared because I didn't know anything and so many people around me knew everything, but slowly, like you said, I realized that other people had stuff that they didn't know about that I knew about, right?
My first commit is probably my proudest moment right now because I was like, dang, I've actually fixed something.
I forced myself to really get comfortable with reading the Vue.js and Vuetify documentation.
Just being able to like contribute to this like huge piece of software, like even in small ways so far.
At first, through the game, I was able to see how like open and like how fun they are.
If I told the past me all of the things that I've accomplished in this fellowship, like past me probably would be, blown away and wouldn't have realized that all the things that I've done were possible.
Really proud of myself for working with Zach, and we actually did upgrade the Alerta project from Vuetify 2 and Vue.js 2 to the third version successfully, so that was a really cool experience as well.
It's crazy to me that like I think 100,000 people download the extension that I'm working on a month, and so having commits that fix an actual problem for people is really cool.
Bust that imposter syndrome for good.
Been a part of this. Happy hacking!
Happy hacking!
Happy hacking!
Happy hacking!
Awesome stuff. I don't know about you, but that really inspires me about, trying something new, not being scared of what's to come. I find that really, really inspirational. Let us know in the Twitch chat what you thought of that. Really, really cool stuff to hear from fellows who've been on a huge variety of projects, some, very back-end focused, some a little bit more front-end, some, completely different in the DevOps world. So really, really cool stuff altogether. Now, our fellows work very closely with our pod leaders. They collaborate as a team, and the pod leaders are there as a kind of mentor to support them throughout. Now, our pod leaders, we're going to hear from both Sebastian, Yashika, and Alex, who have been fundamental to creating this fantastic experience that we've just heard. But the thing is, as a pod leader, it's not just about making sure the fellows have a good experience. The pod leaders get to have a full experience themselves. The fellowship journey isn't just when they're a fellow. It kind of continues on as they become a pod leader. No idea what I'm talking about? Don't worry, you're going to hear a little bit more in our next video. Let's hear it from our pod leaders.
Hi everyone, my name is Yashika and I'm a pod leader at Major League Hacking.
Hi everyone, my name is Alex and I'm a pod leader on the open source program here at the MLH Fellowship.
Hi, I'm Sebastian and I'm a pod leader here at the MLH Fellowship. I have to say that before being a pod leader, I was part of the MLH Fellowship on the open source track.
I joined Major League Hacking in 2020 when I was a fellow myself in Batch 0.
I became a pod leader following my time as a fellow about 2 years ago.
And my pod leading journey started afterwards when I joined Major League Hacking Fellowship as a pod leader.
Just having engaged in the MLH community.
Since then I've been leading multiple pods and it's been an amazing journey so far.
I ran into the MLH career webpage and I applied for the role.
I felt like it was a really good place to stay involved with and try and help other people where I could. A typical day for a pod leader looks like communicating with your fellows and communicating with the maintainers.
I start every day reading your messages and I write in my notebook any action items I need to do in order to help you.
As a pod leader, make sure that fellows are unblocked.
Then I check in with you if I remember that you were having a blocker.
What kind of support you need to make sure that you can be on the right track.
They don't have any blockers.
To see if I can do something about it.
They have the support that they need.
Having one-on-ones with you to catch up and see how you're doing.
They are able to properly communicate with the maintainers.
Or if it's necessary to jump and troubleshoot any blockers that you might have.
They think that I can help them out with, I will jump on it.
Is seeing fellows start from typically no experience with an open source project to becoming a contributor.
Meeting so many talented individuals from around the world.
And having their change published to the production version of the project.
I think it's really fulfilling to see how your confidence grows from the first day.
Diverse people with diverse backgrounds learning about their journey.
And you feel empowered to hack and do crazy things with technology to help each other.
I am able to share my knowledge with them, but I also learn a lot from them in turn. I think I definitely learned a lot about natural language processing and machine learning.
Fellows can still be of all varying skill levels and varying experiences with technologies.
There are things way more important than coding, school, or your job.
While helping fellows contribute, I think I definitely got some knowledge as well.
So code, study, and work really hard, but always make time for the real important things in life.
I'd like to say congratulations to all of the fellows who are graduating today. It's been an amazing 12 weeks and we've had some great partners to work with.
You have been doing a great job contributing to open source projects in the past 12 weeks.
Thank you for inspiring me every day when you overcome what you thought was impossible.
I really want you to keep continuing that journey.
We've made some outstanding contributions to the live production projects.
You definitely can use the skills that you've learned during these 12 weeks and keep contributing to the open source projects that you like. I think that's the best way of giving back to the community as an engineer and as a developer.
And it's been a pleasure working with you over the last 12 weeks.
First of all, I would really like to praise you for the things that you have achieved.
You have shown me what a team is capable of and how communities are built.
People are out there to help you out. So please reach out for help and do not stop contributing. I think this journey is amazing and it is going to like take you to the newest heights of your career and growth.
I hope this inspires you to work on open source projects in the future.
The fellowship isn't done. Please help anyone who needs it and always be kind and generous as you are now.
Yeah, you've all done a very great job. I am super proud of you.
Happy hacking!
Happy hacking.
Happy hacking!
Awesome. Well, thank you so much to our pod leaders for all of their hard work in making this batch one of the best yet. Now, the fellowship kind of, has a few key components. We've got the fellows, we've got the pod leaders, but we also need the projects. And our partners have been incredible and provided some really cool projects for our fellows to contribute to. So let's hear a little bit from them on their experience being the maintainers and helping, provide stuff for you all to get involved with. So we're going to hear, first of all, from Meta, and then we're going to hear from GitHub, lastly by MSK. Let's hear it from Meta.
MLH Fellows. This is John from Meta AI. In the past 12 weeks, our team in FAIR has worked with our fellow Gerardo Moreno on the upcoming version of our sequence modeling library. In that time frame, Gerardo has done an amazing job. As the first and only external contributor of the library, he implemented a new spec augmentation algorithm from scratch, integrated the LIB attention mass generator into our transformer architecture, which is an essential part of the large-scale language models, and added a head scaling feature to our multi-head attention module. We greatly enjoyed working with Gerardo and looking forward to his future contributions once we open source our library. With that said, we congratulate all you fellows for successfully finishing this round of the fellowship program and wish you great success in your future careers.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Meta. We've had a blast collaborating with you over the last 12 weeks, and we look forward to even more cool, exciting stuff in the future. Now we're going to hear from the GitHub Docs team, who the fellows contributing to GitHub Docs have been, blowing the pull requests out the park. Really, really impressive stuff there. So let's hear from Courtney on their experiences.
Hello, MLH Fellows, and congratulations on your graduation day. My name is Courtney, and I'm the Community Specialist with GitHub Docs. We had the great opportunity to host Alyinka as our fellow, and while we are very much a technical writing and documentation-centered site, our team consists of product managers, engineers, design strategists, writers, and many others who were able to meet with Alyinka and discuss all aspects of our OS project. Just to name a few of her accomplishments, Alyinka helped address community user concerns by updating several of our articles and closing community issues. She learned about our new accessibility initiative and updated images in several directories to help make our docs more accessible. She learned about all the stages of technical writing, wrote a content design plan, implemented this plan, and created new content for 2 brand new articles in our GitHub Classroom docs. She achieved so much throughout her program, and everyone on the team truly enjoyed working with her. Alyinka, from the docs team, we wish you the best of luck and can't wait to see everything else you accomplish in the future.
Thank you so much, Courtney, for the kind words. As you can see, the fellowship is more than just writing code. It's all about, the wide, getting involved in the wider community, developing your soft skills, which if you joined us for the prep graduation just earlier today, we were discussing all about that. Now we're going to hear just lastly from MSK, who we've had a couple of fellows contributing to some really impressive stuff that is involved in, some really, impactful stuff. So I'm going to let them explain it and we'll hear it from them.
This is Nikhil from the MSKCC Collect QC project. I just wanted to say that I had an awesome time working with Brittany on building this tool. I hope it gave a little bit of insight into how we build a tool from the ground up. We are very excited to add this tool to our workflow and help support our analyst team. For all the graduates, I just want to wish you all the best of luck in your careers, do great things, and of course, have fun doing it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, MSK. We've, really impressive stuff from Brittany this last 12 weeks. Now, the fellowship wouldn't be the fellowship without hearing a few words from Amanda, our head of fellowship. I'm going to let Amanda share how, impressed that she's been over the past 12 weeks with all of the incredible things that you've all done. So let's give it up for Amanda.
Hi, everyone. And congratulations on today's MLH Fellowship graduation. I'm Amanda, and I'm the head of the MLH Fellowship team. And I can tell you the whole fellowship team here at MLH is so inspired by the work you've done over the past 12 weeks, and we're so excited to celebrate those wins with you today. Every semester of the fellowship, there are so many success stories to highlight that it's always hard to pick just a few to talk about. But I feel like this semester in particular has really just been all about perseverance and teamwork. So I want to share just a few examples that stand out to me of great perseverance and teamwork in the Spring 2023 fellowship class. So first of all, this spring, our GitLab fellows were able to complete tons of issues and stay on track with their learning, even as their entire team of maintainers changed midway through the semester. Very impressive. We had our G Research fellows collaborating on some of the most technically complex fellowship projects to date, and they piloted our very first G Research demo day. Both the fellows and the G Research team were raving about the experience. Everyone just had so much fun preparing for that. I'd be remiss if I forgot about our SRE fellows, who supported each other through weeks and weeks of tricky curriculum and steadily improved their skills across multiple rounds of practice technical interviews, which are, hard enough to do once, and they did it 3 times. So very, very impressive stuff. And lastly, our GitHub fellows on the Docs project made a whopping 12 pull requests, 10 of which have been merged into the project as of this taping. So it might even be more by the time you're seeing this in graduation. I'm not sure. That might be a fellowship record. It's very impressive. And so as we're thinking about these experiences and the wins that you've achieved over the last 12 weeks, something that I think about is that these are the kinds of experiences that really do help shape your futures and your careers. It sounds like an exaggeration when we talk like that. Oh, you're building your future. But it's true. There's just this semester, we've had some fellows, several of you, receive job offers or internship offers from partner companies, or get accepted to prestigious programs on the strength of the work you did in the fellowship. We also had fellows this semester working with maintainers at our partner companies who were themselves alumni of the fellowship. So we have fellows helping fellows. It all comes full circle. And the connections and skills, just like those stories go to show, the connections and skills that you've built over the last 12 weeks are going to continue to have a positive impact on you and those around you for years to come. So in closing, I just want to say congratulations on your graduation. We cannot wait to see what you accomplish next.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Amanda. Really, really awesome to hear about all of the amazing things that you've all done over the last 12 weeks. Like I said earlier in the prep graduation, for those of you who joined, you have done impressive stuff, and it'd be a shame for you not to share that with the rest of the world. Make sure that you write a blog post on LinkedIn or wherever you like to share these experiences, your cool contributions, some of those pull requests. These are super valuable, not only for helping build your network, but potential employers see this and go, wow, this person knows what they're doing. I would love to have them on my team. And so, I would highly recommend getting it out there. Tag the MLH Fellowship page on there as well. We'd love to be able to see them ourselves because, like I've said, like Amanda have said, like our pod leaders have said, you inspire us all, and we would love to be able to hear about those stories, beyond the fellowship. So if you haven't already, make sure to write those down on your LinkedIn. Get those projects and contributions on your resume as well. They are very valuable and you wouldn't want them to go anywhere otherwise. So that does mean we are getting pretty close to the end of our graduation. I know, sad times. However, we have one last trick up our sleeve. As you all know, I asked a bunch of you if we could get a photo for the class photo. And I think it's time for us to see what the class photo is all about. Here is the class of Spring 2023. thank you everybody for tuning in today to the spring graduation. If you haven't already, add each other on LinkedIn, keep this network going. Just because the fellowship is ending does not mean your journey as a developer is ending. If anything, it's just getting started. Like I said, add us all on LinkedIn. We want to see what you're up to as well. We're excited to see where you end up and how you progress during your journey. Just because the fellowship's ending doesn't mean that the support from MLH is ending too. We're always here if you need anything. You know where to find us in the Discord and via our help channels. So if you have any questions or you need a hand, just let us know and we'd love to help. Anyway, folks, that is all from me. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And again, congratulations, you are a graduate of the MLH Fellowship. Thank you so much, folks. My name is Will, and we will see you all very, very soon. Happy hacking, everyone!